Hey guys, I'm Luigi and you are watching Owl Fiction. Guess what? I just got my copy of Blood of Olympus and I've started reading it. The story is great so far. There's already a lot of action happening in the book. So far, no one has died. Yes! I can't wait to finish it. I'm going to do a review of it next time because we're not going to talk about this today. Instead, we are going to talk about Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. As you can see, I've already marked myself. So let's get started. So Clockwork Angel is the first book to the Infernal Devices series, which is the prequel to the Mortal Instrument series by Cassandra Clare. The whole story is very supernatural and magical. So if you're into vampires, werewolves, warlocks, fairies, and demon hunters, you should totally read this. So the story of Clockwork Angel takes place in Victorian London, which is around the late 1800s. The main character of the story is Tessa Gray, who's a New Yorker, and her aunt just died, so she's got nowhere left to go. Now her brother, Nathan Gray, who works for a machinery company in London, sends her a letter telling her to join him in London so they can, be a family again. So Tessa, having nowhere else to go, goes to London to meet her brother, but instead she finds herself with the Dark Sisters. The Dark Sisters are warlocks who kept her in prison for a week and trained her to use her powers, which she didn't know about in the first place. Now that power that Tessa has is to shapeshift into any person or creature, and by creature I mean downworlders. So why are the Dark Sisters training Tessa? Well, that's because the Dark Sisters are employed by a guy called the Magister. Now the Magister runs this downworlder cult. He's got all these vampire, werewolves, warlock subordinates to do his dirty work. Now the Magister wants the Dark Sisters to train Tessa so that he could use Tessa's ability to shapeshift. Though we don't know the reason why the Magister is doing this and training Tessa, we are assuming that his intentions are for evil purposes. Now, after a week of being trained and imprisoned by the Dark Sisters, Tessa gets rescued by a shadow hunter named Will Herondale. Now, shadow hunter, if you haven't read the Mortal Instrument series yet and you are new to the world of shadow hunters, basically a shadow hunter is a superhuman who's got angel blood and they hunt demons. Now Tessa is rescued by Will Herondale and he brings her to the Institute and cares for her, protects her, and Tessa just gets a whole new family and she meets all these different people like Jem, Jessamine, Charlotte, and Henry, and other shadow hunters, and she grows fond of them until she discovers that she herself is a downworlder, and for that matter, she's a warlock, but isn't really a warlock because she's not marked like a warlock. I like Tessa Gray's character because somehow I can relate to her, because you see, Tessa is a bookworm. She loves reading books and poetry, and she just goes on quoting stuff from well-known poets and authors. Her character gets attached to two shadow hunters to be exact, from the Institute. One is Will Herondale, her rescuer, and the other is Jem Carstairs. She gets attached to them and eventually grows fond of Will, but she also has this feelings for Jem. So she's kind of in a love triangle here. The characters, they are so lovable. Jem is this silent type that everyone just loves. There's also Jessamine, who doesn't want to be a shadow hunter, but she can't do anything about it because she is already a shadow hunter. She's also got a very spunky attitude. You be entertained by her character. And there's Henry, who's really likable. He's got this obsession with machines and building stuff. And there's also Charlotte, who's Henry's wife. Charlotte's the motherly figure of the institute. She bosses around, but she's got the tenderness of a mother. And you guys would just love all the characters. And oh, Magnus Bane, who is originally from the Mortal Instruments series, is also on this series. Magnus is immortal, and everyone loves Magnus. The way Cassandra Clare builds up a story of the Infernal Devices and connects it to the Mortal Instruments. It's really interesting how it all works out. So if you are into supernatural creatures, vampires, werewolves, fairies, and warlocks, and demon slayers, I recommend this book for you. And it's got a lot of poetry in it and Victorian London. If you guys like those stuff, I bet you would love this book. And you guys should totally read it if you haven't yet. Yes, that's all for today. This has been Fiction, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, watch more of our videos. And also follow me on Twitter. That's @Bookpocalypse. I'll be posting it on the descriptions down below. Tell your friends, and again, thank you for watching. Bye.